We've often said that most product roadmaps are actually created by the bad guys, because the bad guys are creating the threat. They're exploiting the browser, they're writing the spam. And then we have to find a countermeasure to come up with that and to protect it. So a lot of what we develop really depends upon the kinds of threats that we're seeing at the end of the day. So even though we may talk about malware or spam or things like that, there's always a new vector that it's going to use. So the browser and the web have been very, very popular lately as the way to get, the malicious code on the victim's machine. So we've been looking more at, how do we protect the browser, and how do we, work better with, cloud technologies so we can deliver, solutions faster. Something that's been really big for us as a change of direction or an evolution has been cloud technologies and leveraging, cloud technologies. A lot of people have talked about that. You probably hear that thrown around a lot out on the floor at RSA. But we view cloud technologies as a better way to deliver protection to customers. And we came out with a technology a year or so ago called Artemis. And Artemis is a way for us to leverage the cloud, because when you really think about it, where are threats coming from today? They're coming from websites, they're coming from drive-bys, they're coming from spam out in the world. So we have come out with this Artemis technology, which is a way for us to leverage the relationship between the host, the cloud, and the research organization. I look at the cloud as the network. It's the fabric that binds it together, but it's really the space between the endpoints and the services and sites. All of that makes up the cloud. And the cloud is the way you can deliver things. So they may have called it, the web in the old days, or the internet in the old days. And today they're simply using the word, cloud technology and cloud storage, or cloud computing, or cloud security solutions. Basically meaning it's not necessarily on that machine. It's a hosted service or something like that. If you just look at the numbers, we see, people don't realize, we see tens of thousands of threats every single day of the week. So it's if you're unprotected today, it's only a matter of time before your machine gets hit with something, or you go to the wrong website, or you mistype a Google search and you go to a malicious website or something like that. So it's not necessarily that that's been an obstacle. It's just, again, I think the natural evolution of how people get their information. They're getting it digitally today, and as a result, you simply see more digital threats, because they're spending more time online. Operation Aurora was what's known as a targeted attack, meaning it was not random. It wasn't just like a spam run where you send 10 million emails out to 10 million addresses. What makes this unique is this was 30 businesses, and it's the biggest targeted attack targeted at businesses that I can certainly remember, and I'm pretty sure has ever happened. So it signifies a shift in the threat landscape, going from only using a sophisticated attack like that at a high value military or federal target to businesses and targeting intellectual property. But we more look to how users are utilizing technology today as to where the future threats are going to be. So once people do more transactional buying and selling on a handheld device, say, you're probably going to start seeing more mobile-based threats. So we look to trends like that. What kind of new technologies are coming out that people are using to communicate. Right? Twitter's a great example. It's probably one of the most successful social networking tool there is, and as a result, the cyber criminals latched onto it very, very quickly. So we keep a bead on the up-and-coming technologies to see how they can be exploited and how we can provide protection so people can use them rather than be limited in their usage of technologies.